YouTube? This is the One Drop prescription, and this is the review of the One Drop prescription. Oh yeah. So, I bought this a couple weeks ago during the One Drop National Yo-Yo Day sale, International Yo-Yo Day. So they had these on, they gave, what was the One Drop price? It was like 20% off whatever they had in their store, and this was one of them. This blue is one of my favorite blues that One Drop does in the pure matte finish. So dark and deep. It's such a good blue. So I had to get it. The prescription's kind of been on my list for a while. It was one of those ones that, like, every time it came up, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like the shape. It's kind of organic. I'm not really into that. I was wrong. So I really like this yo-yo. It's not like the best performing yo-yo ever. In fact, it's kind of a little bit challenging, and challenging is probably the best word, because it's got that little bit of magic, although it's challenging to play, that just makes you want to pick it up. Since I've got it, this is probably the yo-yo I've thrown the most, just because there's just something about it, and I can't really put my finger on it. It's not the best playing yo-yo ever. It's not the most stable yo-yo ever. It's not the best grinding yo-yo ever, but there's just something about it that makes me want to pick it up. It's very comfortable to hold, and maybe that's part of it. It's kind of an organic shape, but it's like a wide organic shape with like a step in the middle of it. So, I mean, it's not organic in the same way that the Benchmark O is organic. It's got a much smaller diameter, sort of more like the Komodo, I guess, although the Komodo even has a wider diameter. And it's a little bit wider, like it's wider than the Komodo. And it's kind of got the ridges sort of like the Code 2 Nautilus. Although it's not it's wider than the Nautilus too, and smaller in diameter, but it's got those like ridges like the Nautilus does. So, kind of a very unique yo-yo, although I guess it kind of looks like the Cascade a little bit, but with ridges in the middle of it, but I think the Cascade is more like rim-weighted. This kind of has the same interior step type thing as the Benchmarks do, a little bit. Shipped with these ultralights, and these are the like smoky chrome, I guess, ultralights. Very much like what came in the Countach 5000 QVs, except those were flat caps, but these are the ultralights in that color, and I think these look amazing. This is a great color. This is an awesome color for ultralights. I kind of want more. These are really good. This like kind of smoky chrome ultralight. It's very good. We would have called it black nickel if it was a guitar knob. Black nickel. So let's go with that. Black nickel. I like that. But yeah, let's talk about the specs of this thing a little bit before I really get into it and what have you. So this is Dr. B's yo-yo. Dr. B is on the One Drop team, and really cool guy. I've never had the pleasure of meeting Dr. B, but everything I've seen with Dr. B in it has just been like one of those things where it's just like, man, I just want to hang out with that guy. So, Dr. B seems like one of the coolest guys in yo-yo. I'm actually kind of sad that I haven't had the chance to meet him yet, but hopefully that changes eventually. Hopefully I get the chance to eventually meet him. So generally these cost about $68, which is a pretty good price for a One Drop yo-yo. I'd say it's pretty average as far as their price range is concerned. $68, brand new. Solid price for this yo-yo. I got it for less because it was on sale for the Yo-Yo Day sale, but solid color, $68. It's a good price. This is a good yo-yo. Good price. 53.6 millimeters in diameter. It is 46.3 millimeters wide, which is a little bit wide on the wide side, but it's got a smaller diameter. I think that's probably what kind of draws me to it, actually. Gap width is 4.45 millimeters, so it's not a huge gap, but not tiny either. The weight is 65.2 grams with the ultralight in it, which is a nice 65, between 65 and 66.5 is sort of my like sweet spot. So it sits in that sweet spot. Ship standard with the One Drop 10 ball flat bearing. Has the standard One Drop flow groove pads, designed and made in the USA. In the One Drop shop, by Sean. Hi, Sean. I don't know if you still watch, but awesome machining, awesomely machined, machined yo-yo. It's great. I love one drop stuff. I gush over this stuff all the time. Everyone I get, I'm like, oh my god, this is so good, and it is. They're all that good. Everyone I've purchased, I've really liked. I really like all of them. I very often just open the case and throw it one at a time. But this one has really been keeping my attention over the last couple of weeks. But anyway, let's. I'll throw it around a little bit. I'll describe how it feels to you guys, and we will be right back. Alright guys, and we're back. So, like I said, this isn't exactly the most stable yo-yo or the longest spinning yo-yo, but there's just something about it that's sort of like special, I guess. I mean, it spins long enough for me to do all my tricks. Not a ton of rim weight, and you can kind of feel that like floatiness about it because it's so wide. You know, you can kind of it's still pretty stable because it's so wide, but once it starts to die out, like the stability is just like kind of goes. But I think that kind of is a lot of its appeal in that it's you know, it forces you to be very deliberate, which I like. So mine, like all one drops, dead smooth. One drop smooth. No vibe to speak of whatsoever. 10 out of 10, because it's a one drop. You don't have any real trouble performing any tricks. At least I don't. But you kind of have to be a little bit deliberate. It's a good practice yo-yo. It's a good yo-yo to like hone your skills on, but it's also really fun. It's not super fast, but you can kind of go quicker. It's starting to tilt on me a little bit because I swung it around kind of fast. But it's just one of those yo-yos that, like, I don't know. It just does it for me. Can't explain why. It's not the best performing yo-yo, but it just kind of does it for me. It binds what I want it to bind, and it does the tricks I want it to do. But yeah, it's just good. I like it. It's a good design. It plays good. It plays fun. That's I think the biggest thing. It plays fun. Let's throw it back on the desk and give you the pros and the cons. All right, guys, and we are back. All right, so pros and cons of this thing. So, pros is it's wide, but with a narrow diameter of like the rims aren't very wide, so it's a narrow diameter, but it's a wide yo-yo. It's easy to land and catch tricks, but not bulky that gets in your way. Kind of a perfect like balance, in my opinion, as far as that's concerned. So really fun in that regard. Can do all my tricks. It's kind of challenging to do all my tricks because it's not that heavy and its spin times aren't super long, but they're pretty average. You just got to kind of throw it a little harder. Just, you know, sort of just kind of hits all the, like, well, the intangibles. We'll talk about that. Hits all the intangibles of, like, kind of fun, a lot of center weight, not a ton of rim weight. Doesn't feel heavy when you throw it. It just, like, kind of floats, but you can kind of push it a little bit fast, but if you push it too fast, it'll kind of go off plane, so you kind of need to slow it down. So I guess that's kind of a con, is that if you push it too fast, it will kind of like start to go off plane, and like it's not that stable, but it's stable enough that if you are deliberate enough in what you're doing, it's going to do what you want it to do. You've got a lot of control because there's not that much rim weight per se, so it's not like it doesn't want to go faster than you want to play. It's very like controllable and kind of just very floaty and fun in that regard. It spins as long as you need it to, but it doesn't spin extra long. It's not like I'm going to do all my tricks without throwing a regen or anything. It's not like that. Like I said, it's not particularly stable. That's kind of a con, but it's stable enough that, like I said, you sort of just have to be deliberate with it and just kind of want to play it. You know, and I think that kind of makes you want to continue to pick it up. It's also dead smooth. Like, mine is like, no vibe. Perfection. Perfection. Sean's really good. One drop is really good. Side effects are a plus to me. I love side effects. I love side effect yo-yos. Here it is in the center there. You can see one drop flow groove pads, side effects, and one drop 10 ball. Spins great. Just great. It's kind of a like faux high wall, as you can see. Like there's like a lot of space there. It's sort of a faux high wall, but it's not really a high wall. It's kind of got a pretty decently sized gap as well. And you know, just overall, just a fun yo-yo to have, a fun yo-yo to play, and I've been enjoying the hell out of it. It's been one of those yo-yos that I've just been wanting to pick up every time I open my case, and carrying it around a lot, taking it to the park, taking it everywhere, just throwing it a ton. You know, I think One Drop knocked it out of the park, as they normally do with this one. And Dr. B, being a super cool guy, you know, designed one hell of a yo-yo. So, you know, you're not going to get any complaints from me on this one. I didn't think that I would love it as much as I do, but I really, really, really like it. So, you know, anyway, guys, so that's it for me. Make sure you like and subscribe. Tell me down in the comments below, do you have a prescription? What do you think of yours? I really like mine. I'm really enjoying mine. So, you know, kudos to One Drop. And thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure, again, like and subscribe. Cheers to you. And we will see you next time.